This is the CT scan of a newborn baby's brain. What you see in white is bleeding. This is a hemorrhagic stroke, and this was completely preventable. This is a baby who has vitamin K deficiency bleeding because their family refused vitamin K at birth. The risk of something like this happening is around 1 in 60 if babies don't get vitamin K, or about 1.6, 1.7%. Vitamin K is essential to activating clotting factors. If you don't have vitamin K, you can't activate the clotting factors, and then the blood can't clot. It doesn't pass well through the placenta, probably because we don't want a lot of blood clotting to happen in that area. It also doesn't pass well through breast milk, and I don't really have a good reason for that. There are a couple different forms of vitamin K. K1 is something that we get through generally plants, and K2 we can actually get through gut bacteria. But babies are born without gut bacteria. Babies are sterile, and it takes time for that gut bacteria to grow and flourish. In the 1960s, we started giving a shot of vitamin K into the muscle shortly after babies were born, and we saw the number of vitamin K deficiency bleeding start to plummet. Unfortunately, we are starting to see this number start to sneak up again because a lot of people are refusing it at birth. There are a ton of myths and misinformation out there related to vitamin K. There is a black box warning when it comes to vitamin K. It is generally when it's given IV, and it's generally in older folks. I found one case report when it happened in an infant. So less than 1 in a million compared to 1 in 60 risk of bleeding. There's a myth about it causing jaundice. It can cause jaundice in really high doses like 25 or 30 milligrams. We're giving 1 or even less. Jaundice is often caused by antibodies passed from mom to baby or other causes like difficulty feeding in the newborn. There's a myth that only babies who had a traumatic birth or are getting circumcised really need it and everyone else is fine. But the bleeding that happens in vitamin K deficiency bleeding is spontaneous. There's no trauma, it just happens. I don't know how to say this eloquently. Your refusal of vitamin K could cost your baby their life. Whatever your hangups or reservations are about vitamin K, are you willing to risk a 1 in 60 chance of bleeding? Because if it's bleeding into the brain, once that bleeding starts, like the damage is done, you can't just give vitamin K and reverse it. Are you willing to risk sitting across from me in a small room and me telling you, I'm not sure if baby's gonna make it through the night, and if they do, they will likely have significant challenges with eating and talking and walking? Because I've had a lot of these conversations, and I'm willing to bet that the influencers and health coaches and creators online who are telling people to refuse vitamin K and telling people all these scary things about it have never seen one vitamin K deficiency bleeding. And I've seen a lot of them. And every single one of those parents would in a heartbeat go back and give vitamin K at birth to avoid their baby being in that situation now. Being in that situation is completely avoidable by giving a vitamin when baby's born.